Hi everyone. In this example, we're going to do the sentence not A or A and B and not B. So it's a big sentence here. So let's build it up and make the truth table. This is a harder example, so if you're not quite ready for this, feel free to look at my other videos where I go over easier examples. So let's start. The first thing to notice is that you have two variables, A and B. So let's do A and B. And these variables, both of them have nots in front of them at some point. So we'll need to build not A and not B as well. So not A, not B. Great. So we're almost ready to symbolize this first part of the sentence, not A or A. So we need to do, we have not A right here, we have A right here. So let's add that whole sentence in parentheses, not A or A. And the same idea applies to this column. We have all the pieces ready for this B and not B. So let's put that in the next column. B, oops, cap lock is already on. B and not B. Great. And that builds us up to the final sentence, which is the whole thing. So I'll just copy and paste it, save my time. Okie dokie. Let's grab that. Copy, and we'll paste it right here. All of this builds up to this final sentence. If I can get it to go, there it is. All right. So let's just go step by step. Like we've done so far in all of the examples, these first two variables always have the same columns, which is true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. That's always the way it works out. Remember, these are the only four ways the situation can occur, which is why it's always the same. Okay, not A. That's the opposite of A. Well, A is true, which means not A is false. A is true, therefore not A is false. F is false, which means not A is T. Same idea here. A is false, which means not A is true, which is a T. Same idea for not B. We look at B and we flip the value. So true becomes false, false becomes true, true becomes false, false becomes true. Great. So now let's fill in this one. Let's use green or something. So let's scroll up if my computer will show me. Let's see here. We have not A, which is this one. So let me mark that. And we have A. That's where my eyes go. These are the two pieces of that sentence that's built up. Like this. Okay, so I have an OR statement, which means as long as one of the two pieces is true, the entire statement is true. Okay, let's do it. I have true, so sorry, it's not A or B. So I have false or true. That means it's true. I have false or true. That means it's true. I have true or false. That means it's true. And true or false. That means it's true. Now you might recognize these are all true. That makes sense because you have the statement not A or A. Think about that a little bit and you'll make sense of that. Now we have these two. Let me bold them. Okay. B and not B. So let's look at it. My eyes will go right to B, and my eyes will go right to not B. We can use colors if we want to, but I won't this time, just to kind of go one step further. So B and not B. Remember, the AND statement says both of them have to be true for the entire statement to be true. So we have true and false. That's false. Oops. We have false and true. That means false, since they're both not true. True and false. That means false. They're both not true. And false and true, which is false. You'll kind of notice the pattern here is actually similar to the other one. These are all false. Why is that? We're saying B and not B. When are two opposite statements going to be true at the same time? Think about that and it will make sense. So now we have this final statement, which is this whole left side, not A or A, and this whole right side, B and not B. That's these two right here. My eyes are looking at these two because they'll be built up. So let me use, I don't know, different color. So let's do it. An AND statement means they both have to be true. Well, this same row is the same on every single row here. So this is false. Again, I used the wrong letter. Because they're both not true. And that's going to be the same for every single case. They're both not true, therefore it's false. They're both not true, therefore it's false. They're both not true, and they're both not true. Therefore, this entire statement, which I will read one more time, this entire statement, not A or A, and B and not B, is never true. And if you think about that, it actually does make sense because the statement B and not B is never true, and we're adding something else to this with an AND condition. That's why it's never true. So let me do this to make it look a little better. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this example helps you. It's a little bit of a weird example, but trying to make it harder so it can build up those skills. Thanks so much for watching.